What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here on the Odd Shopper channel, coming to you with another edition of Ladies, Leans, Likes, and Locks. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Goes a long way for me on this video. Goes a long way for you. You become a prize whenever great betting content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. I am very mad, very, very mad at the Brooklyn Nets. Late season NBA, there's nothing I could have done about this in a million years. You get Giannis ruled out. Yay. We have plus 12.5 Brooklyn. Talked about it last night. Mikal Bridges. Yay. He's going to be in without Spencer Dinwiddie. Everything looks great. And they come out with a report saying before the game that they are going to limit his minutes. And I smashed Tyus Jones and Steph Curry, the single game parlay for everybody. Hope you enjoyed that one. Smashed Tyrese Halliburton, who had to get there in overtime, but still a win's a win, my friends. And everything else went really, really well, except for the one part that locked. And I get frustrated because I care so much. I put in so much time and effort, and I want to be profitable because it's my money getting put on the line too. Why can't we just get accurate reporting? And I get it. Half an hour before the game, you say you're going to limit his minutes because it's the front of a back-to-back. We have to talk about these idiots again tomorrow. Going to Minnesota? I'm pissed. I'm very upset. I'm not going to be over it until tomorrow. Or maybe a week from now. Probably never going to forgive Mikal Bridges. Well, no, never going to forgive the Brooklyn Nets. That's what this is. But you know what? That's why you only bet what you can afford to lose. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. But Bet365, we got some great stuff going on with them because a couple of you took advantage of the promotion. Thank you so much to that because, you know, it's a no-brainer. But they ramped up the stakes. $365 in credits. They're Bet365. And look at this. 3, 6, 5. That was terrible pointing, but $365 when you bet $1. You deposit $10 over at Bet365 in the video description box below. You bet $1, they're giving you $365 in bet credits. Now, if you took advantage of the 200 bet credits, that's still a phenomenal deal. You didn't miss out on some ridiculous. You turned 1 into 200, so I get it. Yeah, it's frustrating if you already signed up, but $365 is an even better deal. They're just trying to get you to try out their product. It's a really good product. Again, I'm not in Colorado. I'm not in New Jersey. I'm not in Virginia, and I'm not in Ohio. If you are in one of those 4 states, Colorado, Virginia, Ohio, New Jersey, I said them in a different order, get $365. That is great, great stuff in bet credits over at Bet365. And again, if you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. I'll talk about that in a little bit, but we have only 6 games going here to Friday. I feel good about the analysis. There is nothing I could have done about Bridges. I swear to God, if you go in that comment section below, I'll probably still be nice about it because it sucks to lose and I like to be right. And that's why I'm here. So, you know, whatever. We are marching on. I am invigorated. I'm excited. I hope you are too. Let's run through a wall. Let's get to the picks. I'll tone it down now. We get this weekend started with Blazers Sixers. Pretty tough game to project, in my opinion. Starting off with injury notes, we've got Jusuf Nurkic back for the Blazers, although he was limited to just 17 minutes off the, well, started, but Anthony Simons is questionable here. That is your big change. That ankle issue sounds like it's improving. He hasn't played in over a week and would certainly give this Blazers team a facelift that they desperately, desperately need. They'll be massive dogs to Philly here regardless, but hey, neat stuff for them. As for Philly, perfectly healthy, perfectly efficient. But of course, we got to talk a little bit about James Harden's ridiculous assist lines of late. He had 20 dimes against Indy. 20. He's now hit double digits dishing in 4 of his past 5. And against the Blazers, that shouldn't be slowed down whatsoever. He looks decent again. Although, part of me sees the 10.5 line hung up here at DraftKings right now with significant plus money attached to it. If he's sharing the court, if you have Tyrese Maxey continuing to start, really want to take it under, but I can't pull the trigger as it's pretty efficient. Again, I haven't projected for 10, but the plus money, you got to always keep the plus money in sights because, again, he can hit 10. That would be perfect. He hits 11, you lose, but you know what I mean. Plus money is really, really good to be getting on and under there. He's just playing too many minutes for me to pull the trigger there. 38-40 in virtually every single game that he's appeared in for the past month and a half. Ridiculous stuff. So what does stand out to me here? Honestly, if Simmons, that's what I meant to say. Simmons comes back. Anthony Simons, that was what I actually meant to say. My brain is playing tricks on me. I don't like anything here. With Lean Lillard's points, though, 32.5, I would take the over only, though, if Simons is out. So keep that in mind, for my friends. I can't do that analysis for you. I can't predict the future in that way. But I can tell you, I would like over 32.5 in the event that Simons is out. Just would need that news. Otherwise, everything in this game at the moment looks perfectly efficient. Next up, the worst game in the history of games to bet on, and why? Well, if you listen to my analysis on a daily basis, everybody's in. I see 0 people on the injury report. So, as of Thursday night, this game tips off Friday, I have 0 plays for you. Legitimately 0. Because again, the books, very good. Very, very good when everybody is in. When the injury news is not waiting to break in a certain direction, it is so easy for me to get away from a game, it's not even funny. I will say, we're starting to see DeJounte Murray play some actual basketball here alongside Trey Young, really getting there in terms of assists, 8 and 6 the last couple, 23 and 17. Just decent enough basketball. Atlanta's been competitive in a lot of these spots. But I thought about the total 238. Definitely a game you expect some points. I would actually be shading on the under of that one, but it's pretty darn efficient. I'm actually going to lean the Washington side of this one simply because I think if you get everybody there, Kyle Kuzma, Kristaps Porzingis has been going zingy fest. It's crazy stuff. I don't know what that meant. Bradley Beal, very, very good too. What did he do last game? Oh yeah, just another nut bomb against Atlanta. Running this game back though, I think it's competitive again. It was a 2-point difference last time out. Washington was on the losing end of it. Maybe going back home here, they get it done, but I'm not betting this game. Let's talk totals again, shall we? Cleveland going up against Miami, and I had the haters come out in full force. Eric, are you watching this? Cleveland, Miami, everybody keeps scoring. The live total's climbing. I don't care, because when you have a closing lineup, and it was a little frustrating because I started to really like Jared Allen under 9.5 rebounds because, well, he hadn't been closing. Lamar Stevens had been closing in a couple of spots, but made up for it because I had a unit on the under of Cleveland and Miami, and yet it opened at 212 last time. It closed at 215.5. It's now hitting in the middle here, 214. 214. I still have this projected the exact same as I did before, 209. So I don't know what to tell you. 209. There go, fine. Let me suck it to you one more time. Get a low. We're going limboing again. Low. Take the under of 214. I'll take the over of $200 though. It's called $365. Yes, $365 if you take advantage of betting $1 over at Bet365. You're going to get $365 in bonus bets. That is redonkulous. That is silliness. That is absurdness. Absurdness is not a word. It's absurd. There we go. Bet365. I would be taking advantage of this in the video description box if I lived in, let me repeat the states, Colorado, New Jersey, Virginia, and Ohio. Let me say that again in a different order. Ohio, Virginia, New Jersey, Colorado, Tanaka, Monique. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Bet 365, bet $1, get $365 in bonus bets. Yeah, that's good, Freak League. We're going to the video description box below, my friends. You deposit $10, bet 1, get $365, and if you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. This is if you're 21 and over. How's that for an ad read, friends? Let's continue on to picks, shall we? We're going to take a moment to appreciate the craziness that is my brain coming off of that, and we're going to talk about the team. I'm really not over this. I'm telling you, I'm still not over this. The Brooklyn Nets, they sat Dinwiddie. They sat Claxton. They sat Cam Johnson. Ben Simmons is out. Royce O'Neal sat. Everybody sat, but Mikal Bridges ended up playing. Then they said, Eric, we're going to limit his minutes. Okay, well then he plays the first quarter and I felt good. Okay, maybe I'm not screwed after all. Just check back in. Still hasn't checked into the game. It's a 7-point game too. Still waiting. 12 minutes for Mikal Bridges. 13 shot attempts too. You know what? There's nothing I can do about it. We have to move on. This is a forward-looking show. We got the Brooklyn Nets facing my Minnesota Timberwolves. Yes, my Minnesota Timberwolves playing some decent basketball of late. They've been cashing us some tickets. They have things to play for. They're not resting and limiting people's minutes out of the middle of nowhere. Okay, no, I'm fine. I told you I'm going to be over it. We're going to continue on with the analysis here. And so I don't really know what to make of everybody on the Brooklyn side. Obviously, Mikal Bridges is rested and ready to go. Do we run back the points prop? Perhaps we do. I don't know. They've got David Duke Jr. and something named Drew Smith playing basketball on the floor right now. Why is this happening to me? I'm a good person. I'm a good person. The Minnesota Timberwolves on the other side, my team. We've got Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Noel, who've been out since 1948. I don't know why that's the year I always pick. I should know something that happened in 1948, but I don't. I just know stuff that's happening in the NBA tomorrow, like Anthony Edwards should project out well like he always does. Points props. Oh, it's been a little bit frustrating with him of late, but started to put it together the last two, 27-32. Just saying. Just saying. Good Brooklyn matchup. Total's a little bit low, but I really like Minnesota -5. Yes, Minnesota -5. Damn this basketball team, the Brooklyn Nets. I know they get everybody back in order, but Minnesota playing good ball. Mike Conley, maybe he's the glue. Maybe that's what we needed. I don't know. They just keep cashing tickets for us. So, -5 Minnesota, projected around 7. Decent enough. Half unit. Let's move on. Friends, I'm very sad to have to do this, but it was a good bit for a while when we were winning, when Nikola Jokic could not be stopped. But apparently, Nikola Vucevic in Chicago can just blow out Denver now, so I actually have to slow down and give you analysis. Plus, I mean, there's only 6 games. What, am I going to have a 15-minute show? Yeah, I'm probably going to have a 15-minute show anyway. That's the way this is going to work. But I'm looking at Denver, going into San Antonio. Big spread for the road, but that's because San Antonio is a big pile of doo-doo. We got Jeremy Sohan. He's probable. He's the only person on the San Antonio injury report. Well, Doug McDermott, but he doesn't count. Although he is a Creighton legend. I've played basketball with him. Shout out Iowa State back in the day. From Ames, Iowa, for those who don't know. But we continue on to the Denver side, because of course that's the one that's intriguing. Let's talk about why I've been playing so many Nikola Jokic props. Nikola Jokic props. Because he's a god, first of all. 2 MVPs, that'll do it for you. Probably going to win 3. But the most important part of this is since the new year flipped over, Jamal Murray has started to play some seriously good basketball. When he's in the lineup, I know that he cuts into his own assist rate because they're playing the pick and roll, lots of opportunities. He averages 6 assists a game. That's more than you're going to have Bruce Brown coming in with his assist rate, who averages just 3.4 on the season in fewer minutes, of course. That baseline would be around 5 in a start. But I'm just saying, he went from 41% to 44%, and I think Jamal Murray's emergence on offense is a lot of the reason why. A lot of 2-man games where it's either a bucket for Jokic or it's an assist. The man already averages 12.5 rebounds per game. The rebounds have never really been in doubt in any one of these spots. He's had double-digit rebounds in every single game since January 28th. So that has been a no-brainer play when it comes to the triple-doubles. So that's why I love that. And points. Only 2 games all season long has Nikola Jokic not put up a double-double in terms of, not put up a double-double, put up in terms of points. So there we go. Points. That was the word I was looking for. Twice has he failed to reach double digits there. So when somebody is rebounding at north of a 23% clip in total rebounding percentage, when they have a 44% assist rate, and when they are averaging a triple-double, you should obviously be playing triple-doubles when you're getting better than minus 110 inside of standard juice. And yet, it hasn't, the books just haven't adjusted as much. So I'm going to pump the brakes for a second because I'm feeling a little skittish here. But we're going to like Nikola. Why do I keep changing the way I say it? Nikola Jokic. That is where we're going. Nikola Jokic. I keep saying it 2 different ways. Whatever. You know what I'm getting at. Wanted to explain the process before I start locking him again like it's the thing that I'm supposed to do, because it's that thing you do. And now that song's in my head. You guys don't know what song because you're not 35 years old. But we're going to move on. Nikola Jokic. I like it. I might play a little bit more than you. Man, 3 straight likes, and we head to the last game of the night. I bet you know what's coming now. We've got the Toronto Raptors. We've got the Los Angeles Lakers. Pretty decent total here. Everything looks pretty efficient there. Pretty tough to pick a spot. Now, do the refs come out in full force and say Fred VanVleet? If you saw the comments, scorched earth theory, I mean, just coming at the NBA saying, you guys have favoritism, and it's true. We all know it. It's true. You think every call is called the exact same? There are end-of-game scenarios where people say, oh, you should call it one way. There's beginning-of-game scenarios where it's the same foul that happened in the last minute, but they don't call it. It's existed forever. I think over the long haul, it evens out, but you only remember the times that it really, really screws you over. I'm done on my first take now. We've got Toronto. Everything looks perfectly fine from that perspective. Everybody seems to be in. Will Barton doesn't really matter at this point. He's been one of the worst players in the NBA this season, even though he's considered probable for this game. Let's look at the Lakers side, where D'Angelo Russell is going to be jumping back into this starting lineup. He is an absolute nothing in the rebound department, averages 3 per game. Part of that was sitting alongside Rudy Gobert and some decent rebounders, some decent wing rebounders in Minnesota. But there's one guy who's a vacuum cleaner of late here for the Los Angeles Lakers. His name's Anthony Davis. Heard of him? He's pretty good at the whole rebounding thing. But there have been some really low rebound props the last couple games, and you wouldn't think it because it's 13.5, and that sounds ridiculous. He averages just 12.5 per game. But Eric, why would we be taking it over here? Well, because I project him for 16.5 rebounds. Yes, you heard me correctly. This game should have some missed shots. We talked about Toronto being decent. I think there's going to be more offensive rebound opportunities, and he gets in a starting unit alongside D'Angelo Russell, confirmed, not a good rebounder. We have Jared Vanderbilt starting to play fewer minutes now, 24 the last 2. Rui Hachimura, not exactly the best rebounding force. Well, Jared Vanderbilt is, but considering he's playing fewer minutes, and Rui Hachimura, that rebound rate is not very good, hasn't been compared to other players his height, going back to his Washington days. I think Anthony Davis playing 36, 38 minutes on a must-win scenario every single night for the Lakers is a smash in the rebound department. So, our one lock of the night, over 13.5 rebounds, standard juice right now. Anthony Davis, lock it up, going for a lot more than that. And that does it for another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Don't forget to check out Bet365. Get $365 in bet credits. Great stuff. Thank you so much to them for this improved offer for all of you who haven't been able to take advantage of that in Colorado, Ohio, New Jersey, and Virginia. Those are your 4 states. More will be coming soon. Don't worry. We'll also have other offers for all of you others in the 46 other states, even though I don't think Hawaii likes stuff like this. So that's probably not happening anytime soon. But we continue on. We've got a ton for the weekend. I'll be back on Monday. Gonna miss you. I love you. Until then, I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the NBA streets this weekend.